I welcome you all again in the second session of our lecture on magnetic behavior. Here we will discuss about the subcategories of ferromagnetic materials. The ferromagnetic materials are divided into two subcategories, antiferromagnetic and ferrimagnetic materials. Antiferromagnetic materials are characterized by a net zero magnetic moment. They have no net magnetic moment. Why? Because when they are placed in an external magnetic field, some of the atoms or ions have their spin in one direction, while some other atoms or ions have their spin in opposite direction, and because of this anti-parallel spin, they cancel out each other, and the resulting magnetic field is zero. Cancel out each other and the resulting field is zero. The common examples of this category are oxides of transition metals like MnO, other salts of transition metals like Mn, Cl2, chromium is also an example of this category. So there are a number of examples. NiO can be quoted here as an example of antiferromagnetic materials. These antiferromagnetic materials above a temperature which is known as Neel's point or Neel's temperature, these antiferromagnetic materials behaves as a paramagnetic material. Why this happens? Because at low temperature these ferromagnetic materials have anti-parallel spin, means same number of atoms are aligned in one direction while equal number of atoms are aligned in opposite direction, because of which they have zero magnetic moment. But when the temperature is raised, the spins randomly arranged, and therefore some of these spins got cancelled, but that since it is not equal in number, so these materials have some spin left. Because of that they do not have a zero magnetic moment and they behave like a paramagnetic material above the Neel's temperature. For example, in case of MnO, the Neel's temperature is around 122 degrees Celsius. Now, on the other hand, these ferrimagnetic materials have a, you can say, a permanent magnetism. In this case also, the materials have an anti-parallel spin, means some atoms or ions have spin in the same direction of applied magnetic field while some have in opposite direction, but in this case the number is not same, and therefore the resulting, or you can say the net magnetic moment exists in these materials, and these materials show a positive magnetization. That is, they are attracted in the external magnetic field. The examples of these materials are ferrites. Ferrites are the most common examples of this category. Ferrites are characterized by Ab2O4, where A and B are metals. A generally transition metals or alkali metals, while B is A is transition metal or alkaline earth metal. B is transition metals. A is +2, double positive charge, and this is triply positive charge, and then 4 oxygen atoms are arranged. The common examples of this category include Zn Fe2O4, Mn Fe2O4, or Fe Fe2O4, which is also known as Fe3O4. So these are the common ferrites which are having a ferromagnetic nature. So in this ferromagnetic means they have a magnetic moment because of although they have an anti-parallel spin, but since the number of atoms on one side, means opposite side, and a number of atoms which are aligned towards the field are not same, therefore they have a net magnetic moment and they have a positive magnetization. Clear? And at low temperature these ferromagnetic materials behaves like a ferromagnetic material. Clear? At low temperature, or you can say Below Niels point, these ferromagnetic materials behaves as ferromagnetic material, while above the Niels point, these ferromagnetic materials behaves as a paramagnetic material. Now, there is another very important point which is known as Curie temperature. Curie temperature or Curie point. This is also a temperature boundary. Above this temperature, a ferromagnetic material behaves like a paramagnetic material. Clear? This is also a type of temperature boundary. So if temperature is rising in this direction, we have a paramagnetic material here, and below this temperature the same material behaves as ferromagnetic. Why this happens? Because again at low temperature they have arrangement, proper arrangement, ordered in an ordered manner, and therefore all magnetic moments align in one direction and we have very high magnetic field. While in this case, due to high temperature, the magnetic moments are randomly arranged. Some of them cancel out each other while some of them remain, and therefore we have a very little magnetization, although which is positive. So we have a paramagnetic behavior. Now this table shows, this table is basically to explain you the type of the classification of material on the basis of magnetic properties, whether they are in the direction of magnetic field or they in the opposite direction of the applied magnetic field, and their examples. So this table will provide you information about the types of magnetic materials in a nutshell. So for example, the diamagnetic material, this negative sign shows that they are opposing the external magnetic field. They repel when they are placed in external magnetic field. And again, this is small and constant. They have very small magnetic moment, which is all in opposite direction. And this constant means they are magnetic. The magnetization does not depend upon the field strength. The level of magnetization achieved by these materials does not depend upon the strength of the external magnetic field. And the common examples are many organic materials, superconducting materials, and metals like bismuth, metals like mercury, metals like silver. Then comes the paramagnetic materials. In case of paramagnetic materials, they attract in the external magnetic field. That means they align, they do not oppose. Therefore, we have a positive sign. Again, we have only small magnetization, and I have told you in case of diamagnetism, we have the magnetic susceptibility 10 to the power minus 5 with a negative sign. While in case of paramagnetic materials, we have from 10 to the power minus 5 to 10 to the power minus 2 with a positive sign. Again, it is constant. That means it also does not depend upon the strength of the magnetic field. And all alkali metal are and transition metals are examples of this category. Then comes our ferromagnetic. Ferromagnetic behavior, again they have a positive signs, means they align or attract in the external magnetic field. They have very large, because almost all atoms and ions align in one direction, so we have very large magnetic moment and very high values of magnetic susceptibility up to 10 to the power plus 6. Again, transition metals like iron, nickel, cobalt are the examples of ferromagnetic behaviors. And this, of course, this ferromagnetism depends upon the H. This FH means it is a function of external magnetic field strength. Higher the magnetic field strength of the external field, higher will be the magnetic susceptibility value of the magnetic materials, ferromagnetic materials. Again, we have antiferro. Antiferro, although they are attracted, but the field is very, very low or equals to 0 because of the balanced antiparallel. Because of the antiparallel spin of one type of atom is balanced and cancelled out by other type of atoms or ions. So very small, or you can say small. Again, if it is constant, does not depend upon the external magnetic field. The examples are salts of transition metals, like I just told you, Mn oxide, MnCl2, NiO, and certain metals, transition metals like chromium. Then the last category is ferrimagnetism or ferrimagnetic material. Ferrimagnetic materials have positive signs, means they also do not oppose the external magnetic field. Again, large means, because I told you that below Niels point, these ferrimagnetic materials behaves as ferromagnetic material, and at high temperature they behave as paramagnetic. So at low temperature or below Niels point, they behave as ferromagnet and they have large magnetic field. which is also a function of the external magnetic field. And the common examples are ferrite material like ZnFe2O4, FeFe2O4 and MnFeO2O4. These are the common examples. So this is in a nutshell for you to understand the sign, concept of sign, whether the field is small or large and whether it is the function of external magnetic field or not, and the examples of each category of magnetic materials. Clear? So with this, I hope that you would like this lecture and it will help you to understand the concept of magnetic behavior of materials. One thing I would like to correct in this lecture is that the Niels point of MnO is 122 degree Kelvin. So the Niels point, which I already told you, Niels point of, it is the temperature above which an antiferromagnetic material behaves as paramagnetic. So for MnO, it is 122 degree Kelvin. And this Niels point is given after the name of a scientist, Louis Néel, who discovered this phenomena of antiferromagnetic materials. And Louis Néel got Nobel Prize for this phenomena in physics in the year 1970s. Thank you very much.